Hello and welcome back to the Battle Room. I'm of course the Battle Room, and today I'm joined by Raghav. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Just got back from New Orleans. Stayed a couple extra days. Explored the city. Ate some delicious food. Honestly, had an amazing time. And now I'm back. It was a short vacation, but it's back to grind, get ready for Worlds, and analyze the high level play we had. Just last weekend.
Yeah, so today we have Michael Kelsch versus Gabriel Agati. Two goats in their regions, right? Like Michael, obviously one of the most dominant players of the entire year so far. Someone we predicted would go pretty far in this tournament versus Gabriel Agati, who I feel like he's been kind of sleeper lately. He's been doing well, he's been doing consistent, but he hasn't had a huge pop-off finish, and he was looking to have one here at NAIC.
Yeah, I think honestly he's just been attending less events, or maybe he's not performing at them, and that's why I just thought he wasn't there. Because he's like one of my favorite players, and I feel like he always brings something like really cool, but also just like he's so good. I remember the last time we had a restricted format, I think it was 2022, right? He was so good. I think he got second at Nats. Just like one of those players you never want to play. I feel like he always masters his team style. And yeah, I'm an Agati stan, honestly.
Yeah, and he came with some really crazy shit to this tournament. We have Screamtail, Ogrepon, Water, and then like obviously some pretty normal Koraidon friends with Caloric Shadow, and then Michael bringing his signature Ice Rider and Miraidon. So let's hop into this one.
Wait. Dude, you just said it's a standard Shadow Rider and Friends, dude. His Shadow Rider is Leech Seed substitute. All
We'll
right.
get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. So also,
Okay.
by the way, this is round 12. So both players are, I believe, 8-2 at this point, or 9-2. It doesn't really matter. The winner of this game moves on to top code of the tournament. The loser, unfortunately, is done. So they will not be further in the tournament, which is a pretty hype. It's a hype elimination game, like between two amazing players. So when I saw this one, I was like, "Fuck yeah, we gotta cover this one. This one looks gas."
I'm honestly super excited. I haven't seen any of the NAIC games except for like I think top four and onwards. So I'm really excited to see just like how these people approach the matchups. And these really are the best of the best. Like we could not ask for a better like win and in situation. And yeah, let's take a look at Michael's team, right? It's something that like we both brought pretty similar teams, having like 5 out of the same 6 Pokemon, I think.
Yeah, I had.
I didn't have
I had one
Landorus,
with
and you didn't have a Moongus.
Yeah.
So we're familiar with them, but his sets are slightly different than in what we both ran. Scarf Maridon's interesting. Clam also interesting. Like, what are your thoughts on his choices?
I think Clam's cool. Like, I did find, like, through a lot of my prep that sometimes I was missing Clam. Like, specifically before I switched over to the Korean Nationals team. Like, once I had her Shifu with Protect and then Landorus, I felt like Incin was more manageable, so I felt like Lefties was good on Ice Rider. But before then, I was really struggling. I felt Incin was just such a pain in the fucking ass, no matter how you ran Ice Rider without that Clam. So I respect the desire to bring it to this tournament, and obviously it worked out pretty well for Michael. Otherwise, yeah, his sets are pretty solid. This Amoonguss Miraidon is like, it seems very anti-synergistic, and a lot of people weren't really using it. I think this was the tournament where I think it finally popped off, and it's like pretty solid. I mean, you brought it, Alex brought it. A lot of our friend group saw the strength in this combo, and it's really just like, hey, Amoonguss is a great Pokemon, and Miraidon's a great Pokemon. Fuck the anti-synergy, no one cares. I'm just gonna let it happen, you know?
Yeah, it's really good into opposing teams that don't have Miraidon, and then you can kind of decide when the electric terrain gets set up. The other thing is its typing and Rage Powder are just so good, and Pollen Puff's amazing too. So yeah, it's like you said, they're just two good Pokemon. Even when the anti synergy happens, he's not useless. Like it's still good to have a redirector, still good to heal up, and yeah, it just makes like some of these CSR Zama matchups a little bit better, and it gives you a redirection mon. I mean, I'm interested to see if he brings it into this matchup.
Yeah, and then obviously like the other choices I think are pretty standard-ish, like AV Instant, shit's goated with Miraidon. The Lando is what he used prior, and then this Urshifu is a little bit different. I feel like Sash Urshifu just isn't as popular as it once was, but it's fucking Sash Urshifu, dude. I can never complain about that in any format on any team, you know? Like, it's just good.
It's just really good, yeah, especially in such a hard hitting format.
And then the Scarf Miraidon is like the weird piece, I would say. Like, I feel like Scarf is usually not seen. But yeah, it's clearly doing well here. I think it does add a lot of it really changes the Shadow Rider matchup, and it really changes how they have to approach it. You obviously have Snarl. You can just smack them with a Volt Switch and then just get them later. Like, being faster is sick, so I do feel like the Scarf is neat, not something that I've tested or you've tested.
Yeah, I think it's been popping off more this format. We saw it at Milwaukee. It's just like a a valid Miraidon set. And like you said, it's good into Shadow Rider. It raises the speed ceiling. It makes the mirror better. It's just good, honestly. And I like Terra Electric. It's pretty cool. Snarl's good.
Yeah, it's like you can't really
let's take a look. Yeah, let's take a look at Agati's team. It's all making sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really else to say about our GOAT Michael's team here. All right, Agati's team is fucking crazy, by the way. So we've got ourselves, we got like Shadow Rider with Astral, Leech Seed, Sub, Protect. And when I first saw this set, I was like, dude, you know what? It kind of makes sense. Astral, Protect are really the only two moves you need. The other two can just fuck off, and you can pick whatever you want, realistically,
I think it's insane, but you saying that makes sense. I just feel like, when do you get Leech Seed value out of CSR? But when you actually think about it, that's where the Screamtail kind of makes sense, where like he probably runs a good bit of bulk, Incin, Screamtail, follow me with Wellspring. Like, I think it could make sense. And then the Terra Normal too, you're not getting hit by like, opposing Shadow Rider. So the redirection becomes a lot better. Like, I feel like this team took a lot of thinking, and it's really fucking weird.
Yeah, and like I think Sub's great too. That's the thing, is like I like the other moves on the Shadow Rider. I think Sub is awesome. It can be really, really annoying to play against, like, because it's not Nasty Plot, but it kind of works like Nasty Plot, right? Like, if I lead Instant Shadow Rider and I press Fake Out plus Sub, like, you have to respect that I could Sub, but also maybe I'll just attack. Who cares? Maybe I'll just try to deal damage. And if you don't,
maybe let's get a fucking Leech Seed off.
Yeah, maybe I'll get a Leech Seed off. But either way, you have to respect that I could just get a free sub and just have insane momentum on turn 2. That, sometimes you attack and just get it with a barrage. It's really neat. I think everything else, like the Koraidon, nothing too crazy there. Standard moveset. Incin's AV, once again. No goggles on the team, I thought was pretty nuts. But there is a Taunt, Fluttermane, and a Wellspring. The Fluttermane is like if you just think of it as like a normal Lunala Koraidon team, the Flutter makes sense, pretty standard stuff. The last two go pretty crazy, like especially because it is a Koraidon team, so the Wellspring is a little wild. Because
I honestly have no idea what it's there for. Like, maybe its typing is just too good into something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, like, it helps with Kyogre. It gives you switches into Amoonguss. Like, I think it was just more just like extra typing, like you said, like not picking one of the other ones. This one is just like meant to be a follow me bot, meant to support you and have that really, really nice crisp typing. And then the Screamtail, I feel like, is a huge part of his team that lets it function,
Yeah, there just has to be something about being a water type that's important. Otherwise, I don't understand why it can't be Ogerpon Rock or Ogerpon Fire. Like, it just I have no idea. But I always just want to see him play, and especially with this team in action, just to see how it works. Because, like, it just looks so crazy. But he's not just, like, making it work. He's, like, doing it really well. So I think the margins are super slim, and he's playing a different game. He's playing, like, next level chess.
Yeah, because at this point...
Oh, he's got his phone out. He's cheating.
Dude, yeah, he's running calcs before the game. But yeah, at this point in the tournament, too, it is, like, do or die. Winner moves on to top cut. And top cutting this tournament was so fucking hard. Like, anyone who makes it that deep, who goes that far, like, it's a huge accomplishment. So, like, either way here, if Agati does win, awesome, huge congrats. But if he loses, he still went super far into the tournament, almost, trying to win with this crazy-ass team.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I went 9-3, and it just felt so hard to, like... This tournament's huge, man. Like, I felt like 9-3 is a good record. Not enough to top cut. Like,
no. And that's the crazy part, too, is, like, the new format is really nice in terms of, like, you kind of know what you need. There's no resistance bullshit. Like, there is a little bit for CP, but, like, in terms of cutting the tournament, no resistance bullshit. All X2's cut. But going X2 at a tournament this huge, holy shit. That's, like, it's a lot. It's a feat.
Yeah, but it makes all these cuts feel so, like, earned and, like, so valuable, I guess. I feel really good when I top cut. Like, well, I haven't really much, but I know that's why it's going to feel so good.
And I also think, like, dude, there's just no way that, like, any of them are flukes. Like, if you cut, you fucking deserve that shit, and you went super deep in this tournament. And like, I never think of anyone who cuts like they earned it. You know, it's really really difficult.
Yeah, no, this game is grown so much. Honestly, we love to see it. We've been playing a long time, and we really want to win, dude. But we're not on these guys' level right now. I'm
Not
really
yet.
excited to watch this match. Honestly, like, I feel like this is good information too for how to play the meta. Because at Worlds, you could see these players, but also these teams. You know, like
Yeah.
they kind of define the meta too.
Yeah, I think Michael especially, like, I think, like, he is one of my players to watch, and I think, like, you always kind of got to see what he's cooking, how he's viewing the game. So it is exciting to see how he's approaching this. This is the last live tournament for the next 2 months. So it's like, how does he approach the game, and what is he thinking going into Worlds? And he obviously stuck with his guns, went Ride on Ice Rider, and said, I'm just going to outplay you.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like it's like super valuable to watch literally every match from this tournament because we don't have another tournament.
All right, so we're going to see double
Lord.
restricteds from both players. Honestly, I feel like as the metas went on, this like double restricted lead just seems fucking good. No matter what your restricteds are, all of them just pair so well as a lead together.
Who knew the strongest Pokemon are really good?
Yeah, who knew if you just
Delete.
put them together, holy fuck, it's just broken.
It's really hard to stop the damage sometimes, dude.
It is, yeah. All right, so like this is the power of the Scarf Miraidon. He does have the fastest Pokemon in the field right now, and he's putting on a lot of pressure with it. He's able to Volt Switch, he's able to Snarl. There's a lot of things he can do. He could Draco. Like Agati definitely is kind of on the back foot trying to figure out how Michael wants to approach this because he does have a KO into either of them if he wants it.
Dude, Michael's position is amazing. I feel like Terrifier is really good, and like you said, you know, Agati can't really deal with this Miraidon. Something could just die immediately.
And he can also just Volt Switch. That's the fun part too, is that you're able to just say, hey, I don't really want to try to make a read or figure anything out. I'm just going to Volt Switch you and do lots of damage.
Yeah, because if you Electro Drift the CSR, it's probably dead. But you could also just Volt Switch the Koraidon and Glacial Lance, which I think is what Michael locked into. This turn looks super juicy. I feel like you get so much damage out. The Koraidon might die. It's probably bulky. It probably lives the turn. But I feel like you get so much value out of it. Oh, God, he doesn't even protect. So at least he gets maximum value out of this turn.
Yeah,
Doesn't lose a Pokemon.
I think as long as he doesn't Blitz, he'll live. And I don't expect him to Blitz at this point. I think Collision Course seems pretty gas.
I see no reason to Blitz,
There's
honestly.
no reason to do that.
If I was Michael, I would have gone to Amoonguss for that reason. Like, if you lose this instant, it kind of sucks.
Yeah, dude, I really do think Amoonguss was probably the one. Because, like, it's easily going to take a...
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Does a good amount of damage, but that Calyrex looks really fat. He does Blitz, holy shit.
Into Calyrex, he said, dude, I'm going to keep you honest. I don't think he needed to do all that, but I guess, dude, it kind of came close. It came close.
Yeah.
And
It did a lot more than I thought, honestly. And the Glacial here means that Agati's not even in that bad of a position. Both of them living is kind of huge. And that did way more than I thought to Calyrex.
Dude, why not Trick Room? Like, for real. I'm really wondering why.
I feel like that just would have been a much better position. You're right.
Like, I guess if Koraidon were to protect and you didn't get the Volt Switch off, but I don't know.
Even then, I feel like it's okay. Like, you could just switch, you know?
Yeah, because now this is like the freest fucking Astro Barrage. Dude, fuck it, honestly, you could probably just sub with Calyrex and just CC the Calyrex, right, with Collision Course. So, like, I feel like you could do that. You could just Astral CC too. Like, Agati is just in a driver's seat right now. That turn one was
I think
fucking
you
awesome.
always just double attack, to be honest.
Oh, Fake Out just
keep-
fucking kills him. Yeah, okay, yeah, no. I forgot about Fake Out. You do have to Astro Barrage. I
Yeah,
was
you just
trolling,
keep
dude.
him honest, bro.
Yeah, you keep him
I was
honest.
like, dude, you're kind of making crazy reads with the sub.
Dude, if he subbed there, that would have been nuts. All I'm saying. Okay, he does
Snarl
have-
goes through sub, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Oh, true. Okay, true. And he did blow Terra. Okay, Michael, like, low-key, that fake-out kill was big. Yeah, this is respectable. Okay, that guy comes in, though. That's not good. That's not chill.
It's really just not swag. But you are still threatening a KO with knockoff, and then it kind of goes down to
Yeah.
a mon advantage for Michael, so I'm not pissed about this.
No, Michael's
I'm
actually,
not
like...
sure how Agati gets out of this.
Yeah, I mean, like, it kind of depends on what Agati's last mon is, because, like, Ice Rider could just get healed up. He could get Pollen Puffed. He could set up Trick Room. Like, there's ways out of this for Michael for sure. I say Michael's in a pretty good spot now, actually, unironically.
I mean, this is a weird turn.
Okay.
I guess, okay, he's just sacking the Miraidon, and as long as he knockoffs the CSR, it should be totally fine.
Which I think he did. I think he's just willing to trade. I love the Agati pop-off there for the fake out on a Miraidon. That was kind of funny.
I think he's just happy he doesn't have to deal with that Scarf fucker anymore.
That's true. He's just like,
him.
he's so fucking happy. He's like, fuck you, dude, and fuck your Scarf Miraidon. Okay, Calyrex dead.
Yeah, but, you know, Michael's got the Mon advantage. Amoonguss is not great, but, like, dude, what fucking Pokemon does Agati have? Like, they don't do damage anymore.
No, dude, I don't know how he's actually going to get out of this one. I actually think Michael's in a fantastic spot. It's going to be OGP. I don't know what he's doing here.
Here's the thing, though, right? Since Michael has expended Terra, he can Blitz the Amoonguss and Ivy Cudgel the Incin.
And there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, what can he do, really?
Dude, he can't even fucking Spore because of Electric Drain. We're seeing the anti-synergy in real time here. This is actually fucking brutal.
But it doesn't matter, though, because Blitz will kill the Amoonguss and Sun.
I think... Oh, shit, dude. Yeah. I don't know what you're supposed to do. Like, do you sack Calyrex, bring in the fake out, and maybe live and try to start healing yourself up with Puff? I don't know if that's enough, though.
It might be.
I don't know about this. Dude, Ogerpon Water coming in is actually the only Pokemon that could clutch in this situation. It's able to kill the 2 fire Pokemon. This is actually nuts.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure... Oh, it does die. Okay, even in the sun. That's so funny. I mean, Ogerpon Rock would have done the job, too.
It's true, it's true.
Yeah, I can't believe it was that easy.
It was that easy. Like, I literally was like, damn, I don't know how Agati's gonna come back here. He's got only supports. What the fuck's he doing? And then he's like, nah, dude, I just have an Ogerpon Water that ignores this stupid Amoonguss, and I'm just gonna kill the Pokemon with the fire typing.
Yeah, honestly, the Amoonguss pick there just kind of sucked.
Amoonguss
I
sucked
feel like
ass.
Agati's Pokemon were just like too bulky, and all of them are so fat, but they also still do damage.
It also
The
is
ones that
really,
he got, at least.
I think it's really nice too, because I'm pretty sure Agati is running a really bulky Koraidon, and probably a semi-bulky Shadow Rider. And I feel like in this matchup, it's kind of nice because there really is like Miraidon, and then all of Agati's guys are just faster than everything else Michael has, you know, like without trying.
Yeah, I feel like the bulky Koraidon there was really big, but the other thing is like Michael just never tried to kill that CSR when he had the opportunity.
Yeah.
The CSR getting like 3 Astrals was all he needed.
I really would have.
It's like you
loved a
said,
Trick
all you
Room.
need is Astral Barrage and Protect, dude.
Yeah, dude, I mean, like the other moves really just don't matter. All right, Michael's sweating there, dude. He's like, "Fuck, dude, how did Amoonguss go down? What am I supposed to do?"
No, that was curtains, dude. Like, I feel like Agati just got the advantage. Really, after getting rid of that Miraidon, everything else is faster, and Incin's fucking broken.
Okay, so what do you do if you're Michael here? How are you adjusting here? I think Agati, run that shit directly back. If I'm him, I'm locking the same 4 Pokemon in 5 seconds to try and intimidate this guy, right? But Michael, what are you doing?
I think Michael's just needed to set Trick Room, and that match looks pretty different, even with the same Pokemon. I feel like having that speed advantage and being able to side puff or whatever is just like way better than whatever he did. You know,
Oh,
just
yeah,
clicking
dude.
Glacial Lance. It
One
was
side
greedy, I
puff,
think.
game's fucking cooked, right? That's all he needed to do. Like, Volt Switch into Amoonguss, side puff, life's good.
Dude, honestly, you can lead like Incin CIR too. Although I do really like the Miraidon pressure turn 1. I just feel like Incin might be a little bit safer and easier to pivot with, you know?
Yeah, because like you do get to eat the Astral turn 1, and you do get to just like fake out Trick Room if you want. Because he doesn't like
U-turn.
Agati's team doesn't have like the best answers. Especially, I think the big thing here is the Terrafire Clear fucking Amulet CIR, dude. Right? Like that Pokemon goes nuts in this matchup, and he just needs to enable it more with Trick Room. I think that's really it. That's all he needs to do.
Exactly. It's like you said, he has 2. His restricted duo is actually really strong into this.
Yeah.
And so if you can
Terrafire's
just
nuts.
protect it a little bit more, he's in a great spot. And like decide when the Spore comes in on your own terms, right? Force that fucking Terra Water guy to come in before it's ready.
Okay, so I like Agati's adjustment here, and I like Michael's adjustment here. This is pretty
Yeah, I was gonna
lit.
say I like both of them.
I think what's kind of nice though is no nasty plot here does mean it's like I think I'm okay with just like potentially just pressing like you could press protect, like you don't feel as bad like protect knockoff, or you could just trick room. Like fake out trick room feels pretty good too. I didn't see which instant had the faster intimidate because that is really important here because you. Oh my god, Michael, what is with him? Just press trick room, man. I swear. Okay.
I'm feeling the same way, honestly.
I mean, like, I guess you could do it this turn because you can get a little bit ahead of the curve, right? And on the next turn, you press Trick Room. But I don't know. If you get U-turned or Parting Shot, like, I think it's U-turn. You get U-turned on, Ogre Water comes in, and now you're taking another Astral. It's just brutal. Okay, he was faster.
No, I think Michael's running max speed instant again or something like that. Regardless, I understand. I feel like he's predicting a fake out 100%. So he's just like, oh, that was a crit, right?
Holy fuck, dude. He's getting punished, dude. He's getting punished for not pressing Trick Room.
It's true, but I think this is an okay trade still.
Yeah, it's okay.
Because you can just predict U-turn and go into that Miraidon, and you feel so sexy.
I also think this time around he does have Urshifu. I mean, their Shifu's a crazy fucking bring, by the way. Like, I mean, there's not much you can bring, so like I get it, but it is a wild bring in a Koraidon.
I think it's fine. I honestly don't like the U-turn and CSR there. If you're gonna U-turn the other slot, otherwise just knock it off, right? Like,
yeah,
I guess you still want the Miraidon in. I just feel like it's like a halfway move, but he doesn't get punished for it. It's fine.
No, you're right. I think even like optimally in the battle, you technically want a little more damage on Ensign because you're just gonna kill this fucker with Miraidon.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, he eats that obviously. He could get knocked off here. I feel like that's a pretty good play from Agati to just knock off.
That would be so good from Agati, dude. Losing the Scarf is just like it actually could be cooked. It's gonna be hard to bring that back because knockoff will do a lot of damage too.
It is -1, but yeah, it's honestly a lot, especially just getting another
bailed
Astral off. But we do just see a U-turn, playing it safe. What do you bring in here if you're Agati?
I think Ogre Prompt
Is it
Water.
Ogre Prompt Water time?
Yeah, I think it's Ogre Prompt Water because I'm expecting him to bring the same too. I mean, like, I don't think Screamtail has any value. I think Flutter could have value in the lead to stop Trick Room, but Michael's allergic to Trick Room anyways, so fuck it, don't bring that guy. I think it's just Ogre Prompt Water. Koraidon just makes you like forced to Terra, and it becomes like a really weird mind game. Where I think Water, you just do that. But do you Terra normal is the question. Like if you go Ogre Prompt Water, do you have to dodge the stupid Snarl?
I don't know. I feel like you can honestly cudgel the Calyrex and switch to Instant as well. And it sucks if you eat the Drift, but it's not game ending. He actually just goes Koraidon. He says, Colin Raghav, you're not me. I know what I'm doing. You don't know what you're doing.
I'm bringing out the biggest damage dealer I have in the bag, which is this Koraidon. I mean, to be fair, I think Calyrex is in Collision Course range. It's got to do fucking half, dude. Right?
No. I think the Ice Rider should live on like a couple percent.
He's living on like 1, dude. He's living on 1.
He's just out of range, dude.
Yeah, so then I really love Volt Switch. Volt Switch Glacial.
Trick Room.
He ain't pressing Trick Room, dude. Come on, let's be real. He's
Dude, we literally watched him click Trick Room. We're gonna pretend like you didn't see that?
I didn't actually see it. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh my god. I think it's Trick Room time, 100%. Why would you Glacial? It's gonna tear fire every time. I think Agati's double attacking, and it's not gonna work out. Oh, he switches out. Okay.
I think right in Instant, right? You just make him eat it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's okay. You're gonna live. You're AV. You get Fake Out back in. But I do think this Ice Rider is setting. Oh, it's a protect. No punish at all. Michael's feeling really sexy. Germany on top, baby.
He's feeling so good. That's a great turn because now you go into, I guess, Insane, so you can trade the Fake Outs on your first turn of Trick Room. You could go into Urshifu and just start trying to get a KO, right? I'm not against it.
I guess. I feel like it's good damage. It's unintimidated. You get to CC.
I think he also is just saying like, hey, I'm not wasting my Trick Room turns. I'm gonna bring in Urshifu. I'm gonna get a KO this turn if you let me, right? Like I'm gonna Glacial and CC. Stop it.
Yeah, I think Instant lives the Glacial too, though.
You think so? It is like neutral, right? Like no intimidate. It's got clear amulet still.
Dude, if it's bulky, if it's defensive, which I think it might get to be because it's it's AV. I don't know. Michael making an aggressive play here. He's not locked it in, but I do kind of like it. I feel like you have to play a little bit aggressive. Don't waste your trick room turns. Don't let Agati get a free switch.
You can't really. The thing is, too, is you need Calyrex alive, so this protect has to happen because I think he's your most important trick room sweeper. Agati doesn't call it. Dude, I kind of felt in my soul that Agati was gonna fake out her Shifu. I really did. But this is an amazing turn now. It does exactly
but no Terra. I think he's gonna collision course the
rider.
Their Shifu though. No. Oh no, he just went for the Ice Rider.
That's game. Right?
Yeah.
That's brutal.
I think it's game.
I think it's just high horsepower, or if you trust in your Glacial Lance, you could go for it. Okay.
Cool thing about Lance is it hits both, and it doesn't miss.
That's true.
But I don't mind high horsepower at all, to be honest. I feel like high horsepower, just get the fucking kill, dude. Just hit it.
Yeah.
No, he's going for the Lance. I guess it also covers like a Shadow Rider switch on a CC. But I feel like that's crazy talent from Agati.
I think Glacial just kills, dude. I think it just kills. Right? It better.
I don't think it does, dude. I think you're crazy. I think you need to go to get to the doctor and checked up.
I need to get my calcs checked up.
Doctor, my calcs are off. What can I do?
See, this is where Glacial is lit as fuck, though, right? Like, you're just about to smack it into Calyrex Shadow.
Yeah. No, this is exactly what Michael wanted. I think it doesn't even matter that the Ensign lives now.
He could have jetted, dude. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, he's slower. It's like min speed.
Oh, shit. This is awesome. This is even better now.
This is way better. I feel like Agati was really banking on a high horsepower there.
Okay.
Now he gets a double KO. The game is over.
Yeah, this is brutal. Okay. So, turns out, when you press Trick Room in this matchup, it goes pretty well. And so I'm glad Michael figured that out here. Let's see if he can do it in Game 3.
Yeah, I think it's over. Like, their Shifu is at -1 now, but does it really matter?
I do think, important to note, though, is that Instant being slower could come up. It is valuable. Like, I think neither of the players knew, and I think, like you said, Agati was banking on the high horsepower, and then it just didn't fucking come through at all. Like, because he was so... Oh, he did U-turn and Ogerpon. I guess he was hoping for the high horsepower there. That's valid.
Yeah, no, I think he knew. I think he knew he was slower and was actively reading the high horsepower. Because then Shadow Rider eats the CC, Ogerpon eats the high horsepower, and that's like a perfect defensive switch. But Michael is just like, no, I need to keep my foot on the gas. I don't even care if you live, like,
Yeah.
Or trusting that he kills, but I don't believe it.
Like, I do like that he did go for the Glacial, because I do think, like, even if Vincent lives, who cares? I do want to... Well, I guess now we won't know. Yeah, battle's canceled. Okay, good game. Good, well played. Urshifu did some fucking work there. We take those.
Yeah, like, CC is just this big damage. I feel like you just need more damage than what the Amoongus was doing. I think Michael has a good matchup, dude. He just needs to set up the fucking Trick Room and keep clicking Glacial Lance, not falling for, Agati's little sly slithering.
I think you just lead the same thing again. Like, I'm so down. Especially because, like, he did get crit on turn 1, which I think, like, I'm down for him to make the same play, but just not get crit and just Glacial Lance. And then on turn 2, then you Trick Room, right? You get your Glacial Lance in, you get your Trick Room off, and then you're chilling. Because being the faster instant is also really lit. Because on turn 2, you could also just, like... You could U-turn. I guess U-turning... Yeah, U-turn's fine. You could U-turn, get in your sweeper, have him next to Calyrex, and just win. Or have a Moongus and then just start healing yourself. There's a lot of things that Michael can do here.
I feel like Trick Room is the way. You just gotta set that shit up early. I like the greedy Glacial turn 1. It usually, it works out for Michael. But Agati knows how Michael plays. He knows what the Glacial could look like. I think like the scary thing is an Ogerpon coming in at the wrong time for Michael. We see the same leads. I think this is correct from both players, honestly.
Yeah, because if he does go for a greedy Glacial and it's just hard switches turn 1, he could be in a really rough spot turn 2. So like, if Ogerpon were to come in. So it is kind of awkward. Agati would have to get like an insane read though. And I feel like I just personally, please Michael, fucking Terrifier Trick Room and fake out that fucking instant, please. What's he gonna do?
He's crazy. There's no way he's doing that, dude. Why would he do that? Oh my god, he's gonna listen to you? No, don't listen to Colin, dude. Oh my god.
I'm okay
Now
with
it's gonna be the fake out Astral.
this. It's going to be
I think
fake out
it's fake
Astral.
out.
Dude, I think he should fake out Astral every time.
Yeah, there's really no reason not to. The greedy Ogerpon just isn't worth it in case Michael glacials. And at this point, he's probably conditioned him to believe that like, there's no way, right?
I don't mind this turn from Michael, though, because, like, he said, hey, I'm either going to knock off your Calyrex or I'm going to get Trick Room up. You choose. And he chose Trick Room. So Michael set up Trick Room. Fuck yeah. That's my boy right there. He's clutching it up. Let's see if he can ride this horse home.
Yeah, and I feel like this isn't a bad position, honestly, for either player. It's still a game.
Yeah.
Agati being a slower instance, nice. You can knock off
The
the clam away. Yeah. But this also means that Michael gets to decide, you know, with his U-turn, what he wants to bring in, knowing what Agati's got on the field, or knock off whatever is coming in. If it's,
True.
you know, fucking Ogerpon, it's not a huge deal, but it might put it in range for another Glacial U-turn. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I also think, like, Agati does have lots of tools to stall and take his time here. So I don't think it's a big deal here. And we're going to actually see a Terra normal. He said, fuck you, I'm living this knock. That's crazy work. Do you think we're going to see seeds, dude? Is it Leech Seed time?
Leech Seed would actually be insane. I feel like Astral is just always the play.
Holy
yeah,
fuck.
you get the crit there is huge. I think that means it's dead if he Astrals, honestly. And I feel like Agati's saying, dude, I know how my Pokemon are trained. This shit's fat as hell. That was maybe living a knockoff.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's because the -1, dude. He's like actually perfectly EV. If he
blitzed,
blitzed, it was over, right?
He should have blitzed, yeah.
Oh my god. And the crit mattered too, I think.
Oh, I don't know fully if that crit mattered.
Well,
Because,
dude,
like,
the spooky plate got knocked off too, dude.
oh, you're so right. That dude was living on one.
I think Michael literally won, dude, because then he just goes U-turns, protects, and then he has side puff. Oh my god.
Oh man, this is brutal. Michael went full Trick Room mode here.
He didn't even bring the Miraidon.
No, he didn't bring Miraidon. The thing
How
is,
do you not bring Miraidon to the matchup, bro? But he listened to you. He heard you. He's like, dude, please, I'll go Trick Room mode, call and chill.
Okay, but now, can he even win this? Is the question. You threaten a U-turn kill onto Calyrex. You can't really Surging, because he's just about to U-turn your ass and go into Koraidon. I think you just CC and U-turn, right? That's like your best chance. Spore could go the distance, but then that stupid motherfucker is going to come in the Ogerpon water. But I think on this turn, Agati will just... Oh, okay, never mind. He's doing something. I thought he was just going to protect.
Yeah, I feel like Michael gets the U-turn off. Oh, it's a Koraidon. Yeah, just getting rid of the Surging Strikes opportunity as well.
Okay.
But I feel like he's always going for CC, so...
Breaks the sash. That's... I mean, he could puff it back up. There's still hope. This Koraidon's just going to be a monster to deal with is the issue. He does...
I think it's impossible now for Michael to kill this Koraidon. You can sack it. Yeah, what does it matter?
Yeah, he's about to go Koraidon mode on him. Because he killed the guy who kills Koraidon. So now it's easy.
Well, there's actually another guy that kills Koraidon. Michael just didn't bring him. His name's Miraidon.
He has 3 Pokemon that do not kill him. But this guy can sleep.
Like, I just about to see this and piss himself. He's going to be like, why is there an Amoonguss on my screen?
Dude, he did.
Holy
Did you
shit.
see his eyes?
He went, what?
He went, what the fuck, dude? Amoonguss?
I think I'm in top cut.
He's like, fuck yeah, dude. He's like, alright, time to bring in Ogerpon water. I love the sack.
Wow, that was...
What were you going to say?
I was just saying that turn was everything. The crit, the live.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I really love him sacking Calyrex there because, like, specifically now, if he took a CC on that Ogre Water, maybe Michael's got a shot. But specifically, he did not. So now Ogerpon Water comes in for free and just gets to be a follow me bot. And that's all he needs. He just needs this stupid lizard to stay alive. And, okay, never mind. He's bringing the fake out guy. My bad. He can fake it out.
I think there's no reason not to bring in the fake out guy just because, like, you have fake out live. But yeah, it's like you were saying, Agati didn't want the Ogerpon Water to take a lot of damage. And he wanted to, you know, keep fake out preserved. So I think that was really well played. You know, just switch out your CSR. You turn sack it anyway. But this way you get a little bit more damage and you keep your Pokemon protected. Recycling the Intimidate. Yeah, I mean, Agati's probably just going to fake out the Amoonguss attack and it's not going to work out, but it's fine.
flinch and collision course, and okay, yeah, that's fine. Now you
It's also gonna solve, Trick Room adequately.
I think if you're Agati, you just have to not choke, right? Like, you just can't give this dude, like, because he's going to try his best to try and claw back in. So now it is, like, kind of an awkward turn, whether you hard switch, I think it's just hard switch. I think it's awkward because Michael could totally CC and, like, he could Spore the Instant, he could Paw and Puff CC to call the Ogerpon switching in. There are moves he could make, and it kind of depends on what Agati's going to do here.
Oh, wow. So Agati is not switching out his instant because you saw Urshifu leave.
He gets the Spore.
He just ate the Spore. Maybe he doesn't have Ogerpon water. Or he's saying, I don't care. I just want to out-threaten a KO no matter what.
He said, I'm going to blitz you, dude. I'm just going to double blitz your stupid mushroom, and he's going to leave the game. I don't care about Spore anymore. Oh, never mind. He collision course. Okay.
So if Urshifu protected that turn, maybe it was like Michael had a chance to get back in the game. But Agati's like, dude, I'm not gonna let you pivot. Like, I just need to keep attacking, and I can't lose.
Nah, Urshifu protected the turn prior, so it couldn't even do that.
It protected the turn prior?
Yeah, he protects Spore on the
You're
fake out
right.
turn. Yeah.
I think that's so safe because Michael cannot, Rage Powder, Spore, and do everything, multiple things with his Pokemon.
The funniest
You can
part
only pick
here
one.
is all he needs to do is press fucking Horn Leech, and that Urshifu is dead, right? Because Urshifu has to press CC here. So now it's just a matter of time. The Horn Leech Master will come in, and Ogerpon Water is about to ruin Michael's chances of getting top cut.
Yep.
Protect.
I guess you go for the Protect Read. I feel like you can Blitz, and it's fine. Switch.
I think, yeah, you just blitz and switch. It depends what he has, dude. Like, it might not be Ogerpon Water. If it is Screamtail or Fluttermane, then it is a little funky.
I think Fluttermane also works as a switch, but it might be Scream. I think all of them work as a switch. I feel like you can just switch there, honestly.
Oh, Trick Room ended. I didn't realize that. Okay. He's trying to CC him
exactly.
with the... He needs to get a double, I think. That's all you can really do. But even then, I think Hornleech guy's just waiting in the wings, dude. He's waiting for his turn. First turn wake.
Incineroar wakes up too. I think, he U-turned the Among Us too. Interesting.
Crazy work.
I feel like you never do that. Maybe he was like, I forgot I even took a turn to sleep. I'm gonna just press something, burn it.
I think it's okay, though. I think you do just get to press U-turn again and just Flare Blitz the slot. Even if he gets a double, I don't... Do you care?
No, I don't think so.
There's one turn
Then you
hard
get Fake Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, a very interesting U-turn into the Among Us there. Looked pretty bad.
I think it's okay, though.
Yeah, but just make the move. No, that's not the play ever.
He's calling.
Oh, wait, I kind of see what he's going for, actually. He's saying, Koraidon, just kill yourself with the Blitz.
Yeah, yeah.
Take your own life. And then I'll CC the instant it goes down, and maybe I can 1v1 whatever's in the back. But whatever Agati has, all of them beat this Urshifu. The only thing being maybe like a faster Urshifu would CC crit into that Ogerpon.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's over.
I mean, I guess he is playing for that crit. I mean, if it's Screamtail or Flutter, it's just so cooked.
And then it's just really over.
Because, yeah, they just... Screamtail can Encore Disable, just win that way. I think it's got to be Ogerpon, and I think you just play for a CC crit. Because I think the Ogerpon should be bulky and slow, if I had to guess.
Dude, if it's Screamtail, I think you can legit just press Gleam. Like,
okay.
It's Ogerpon.
It's Ogerpon. Now it comes down to speeds. Watch it just be faster and just Horn Leech kill.
Yeah, the game's over then.
Oh,
no.
dude, I think it live crit, like, straight up.
Just like barely, but yeah, that's the game. Hornleech takes it out. That's 3 CC drops. Wow, that was a crazy game.
You know what's crazy is I think because of how it went down and what happened, if he got double protect on Amoonguss there and CC'd Koraidon, he might have won. Because Amoonguss might be able to solo the Ogerpon Water depending on how the turns play out, whether he follow me's, whether he just CC's Ensign, right? Like, it could have got interesting. But unfortunately, he didn't.
Maybe, but I think he gets the U-turn off then, with the Ensign.
You're right. He does get the U-turn and just fake out. Yeah.
Yeah, which I think changes everything.
True, and then you don't have access to your -1 CC. Yeah. Either way, I think.
But maybe it's still enough, honestly.
The crit was brutal. The crit was brutal in game 3 and in game 2. But I don't know. I mean, what can you really do after that one? That one was brutal.
Yeah, I think it's the crit, man. I think it's just the knockoff crit changed everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Game
like,
was over.
should he have blitzed there? That knockoff was a little troll. I
The
think
thing is, it makes a lot of sense because you don't know how Agati's Shadow Rider is trained. Maybe
True,
it lives a
true.
Lance Blitz,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you don't get rid of the spooky plate. But knockoff always means it does less damage. It just didn't matter because of that crit.
Yeah.
But also, like, what Shadow Rider can live Lance Blitz? You know, it's clear amulet. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a hard one to say. Like, I wouldn't. I don't even blame Michael for that play. I think it's just looking back. It's like, man, he really wishes he blitzed. But either way, he played a fantastic game. Agati obviously showcasing what he can do here. The matchup was, I think, a little bit favored for Michael there too. That was a hard one to get through.
Yeah, no, that was honestly just an insane set. I feel like I'm so glad we got to see that on the channel. And
Yeah.
Agati's just too sauce, dude. He knew his margins and he got them and he got rewarded a little bit.
He did. He knew his margins. He knew the matchup. He knew what he wanted to do, and he came to fucking play today. So, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for commentating live with me, Raghav.
Always. I miss the little battle roommates. Thank you so much. And like, subscribe. We're almost at 10 mil.
We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace.